Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring, Richard Harrison.
Richard Harrison, been in with some decent operators since turning pro a couple of years ago. Dwayne Sinclair, Elliot Matthews and Sam Stokes, to name a few. Hasn't beaten any of the mind, and I think he's well aware of the potential of the man he's in the ring with this evening. Making his way there, 32 years of age, from Chessington in Surrey. 4 fights of 19 on what's already been an exciting bill here at York Hall.
And now make some noise for Andre Sterling!
It's funny, Andre Sterling, I actually grew up with him. Very good boxer. And it was funny, he was telling me this song they're playing now has just been released on iPlayer last night, midnight.
Really?
So this is the first time we're getting to hear this song from Pharaoh.
Well, you're right, he is a
Pharaoh was one of his childhood friends, so it's good to see everyone growing up, sticking with each other.
Well, he's a nice guy outside the ring. I met him a couple of years ago at the ABA London finals.
Very nice guy, definitely.
Absolutely. He lost out to Matthew Tinker in the final. There was a wealth of talent
He's beaten
in those amateur ranks.
Good fighters, actually. Craig Richards he beat. So definitely one not to be underestimated at any stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hellraiser Boxing Association of Warrior Promotions presents 4 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Firstly, introducing in the blue corner, he weighed in at 12 stone 7 pounds. This is his 23rd fight tonight, wearing the black trunks from Chessington, Richard Harrison. And across the ring in the red corner, he weighed in at 12 stone 13 pounds. His record consists of 1 fight, 1 win, wearing the red and white trunks from Lewisham, Andre Sterling!
And is that Richard Williams in his corner?
The referee judge announcing his final shot shots of both boxers.
Yeah, that is ex-world champion. So he's got some good knowledge in his corner there.
Well, as you heard there, 1 fight and 1 win. His second outing as a pro. First was just over a month ago in Crystal Palace.
Looks very confident.
He does. Well, he's come from a good amateur pedigree. He's been in with some top guys in the amateurs, and he'll have high aspirations for himself, and so he should. Of course, he was in the mix with the likes of Matthew Tinker, Joshua Buatsi, of course, who's just a couple of weeks from turning professional himself after making so many headlines in Rio. So when you've been mixing in with that company for a number of years, when you step up to this level, I'm sure the first few potentially seem like a bit of a doddle for him.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it's all about who you're around and who you're sparring with, training with. That's the experience you need, and that's priceless.
Well, he started super sharp.
Very sharp, especially jabs. And he's asked all the questions already. Jabs, body shots. These are all the things you need to be doing in the first round. Asking all those questions without taking a shot.
Well, he's firing those shots in. There's no holding back here. Very little in the way of a filling out process. Richard Harrison standing right in front of him, mind. It's big reddening on the left side of the head of Harrison already.
Yes.
He's fairly pale skinned, so I'm sure those marks probably show up, but nonetheless, Sterling is really giving him a whack or two in this opening minute. Oh, stiff hoof to the body, then the right hand as well.
Just echoing across the ring.
Just makes you wince actually with the sound of those as Sterling just bought into a little inside exchange. And well, I'm sure that Richard Harrison knows he can't stand in front of him at this kind of range for too long and take many of those shots. So although he's covering up high and tight, there's no way that these aren't getting through. Listen to the sound of that. Just see the reaction of Harrison as that right hand crashed in, then a left hook to the body. Really, really nice start from Andre Sterling.
Very good. There's only so much Harrison can take of those shots.
Standing almost in that kind of Philly shell stance, nice wide base, the right hand high by the chin. Counter right hand, just glanced the top of the head of Harrison. Harrison's just got the look of a man that really is probably thankful this is a 4-rounder and not too much more. You've got shots being thrown at you with such velocity and ferocity too.
But Harrison has taken the center of the ring.
Oh, goodness me. Left hook again, crashing into the body. Sterling looking calm, confident, lead uppercut, and the right hand off the back of it.
Sterling's got a nice arrangement of punches. He does like to throw shots from all different angles, very technical, and good combinations to the head and to the body.
And that was nice too, just the slapping left hook before the eye line, the right hand straight through the middle of the guard. Well, aggressive, sharp, powerful start from the man in the red corner. And, well, he sits down as if it's business as usual, but that's a way to get the attention of your opponent and the crowd here as well.
Most definitely. Well, I don't know if Harrison's making a statement here by standing up.
I think we'll know soon enough just what sort of toll these shots are taking on Richard Harrison. And, well, if he goes 3 more rounds like this, I think he can certainly consider himself a tough man, because you can hear the impact and actually feel the impact ringside. They're echoing throughout the arena. So back to it then. Sterling, the white shorts with the red trim. Harrison, all black shorts. Sterling just poking away to the body with a jab. Again, slapping left hook. A little bit more industry from Harrison in this round, perhaps just trying to pressure Sterling onto the back foot. Again, Sterling just covering up there, crashing the right hook through, left to the body. Again, look at the front foot of the 2 men. Harrison's almost in line with his head. Sterling's way out in front, which means that really you can create the illusion of distance much easier. You're almost always in punching range because the front foot's so near to your opponent.
Here's Harrison showing a bit of unction there, just showing that, you know what, I'm in this fight. I've got the center of the ring and I can throw back.
Nice work again from Sterling. Left hand, right hook combination, then the straight right. Just looks as if he's shaping himself up for the counter on a number of occasions, but Harrison not really throwing, perhaps because he knows what's going to come back at him. Oof,
that was a very good uppercut.
Right uppercut there, nice combination work, and that one's hurt. Hurt Harrison, although Sterling.
That was very gentlemanly of Sterling to stop and give him a chance to just.
It absolutely was. Well, it's just, maybe just momentarily paid a price for that, as Harrison said, okay, if you're going to let me have that one, I'm going to come forward and make you pay for it. So I don't think Sterling will do that again.
Most definitely not. But as you said, those shots were definitely taking a toll on Harrison, and for him to have to clear his nose with the blood that just, oh, wow.
All for gentlemanly conduct, but I think there's a time and a place. In the midst of a boxing match, perhaps sometimes that etiquette has to go out the window.
Even the referee looked a bit bemused, like, did I say stop?
As you say, all the nuances of the learning experience of the pro boxing trade. Sterling again crashing in those hooks to the body. He's worked the body really nicely, in fact.
Very good arrangement of head to body all throughout the fight from the first round. But Harrison's shown to be a durable character here.
Has indeed. Still there, still in front of his man. Sterling looking for the opening. Was shaping up for the counter, but again, Harrison just reticent to pull the trigger first.
And that's the thing, it's hard to go into a counter form of fighting against the journeyman. That was, once again, very good uppercut just before the end of the round by Sterling.
Absolutely. So, halfway through the contest, and a few things to think about for both men. Sterling looking comfortable in there, certainly in control, certainly in the lead. When his corner just say, right, let's start to up the work rate. If you're feeling fresh, just 2 rounds to go. Start to really put the intelligent pressure on your man and see what he's made of. Referee just checking with Richard Harrison there. He said, no, I'm okay. I think a sensible question given the type of shots he's been shipping in their first couple of rounds. But
we all could hear the shots just rippling across the ring, the sound alone. So yeah, very smart. It's better safe than sorry, as they say.
I think rarely will you get an honest answer from a boxer that is a little bit hurt though, and Harrison proving himself not only to be tough but a brave man too. I wouldn't fancy being in with those kind of shots. Stiff left hook into the body, and that did hurt Harrison. And now Sterling senses that maybe he can have his man going. Of course, it's all about being respectful to the journeyman, but at the same time, you want to try and get stoppages on your record. And
most definitely,
you can be a fighter that gets a reputation as a puncher. That can build your name, and Sterling's got all these kind of things to think about. It's not just a winning record; it's the manner in which you ascertain your victories. Oh, lovely combination as well. That's one that's worked well for him over the past 2.5 rounds. The left hook, right hand, and that left hook to the body's looked absolutely savage as well. Sterling again, he was shaping up for the counter right hand, but ended up being a lead because Harrison just wouldn't throw.
Lovely jab from Sterling. You've got to give Harrison some credit for just staying there and making sure through this whole fight he's not once shown any sign of being in trouble.
It does sometimes make you wonder what these guys are made of, because he's not particularly solid looking around the midsection, but he's taken every single left hook to the body, he's taken a stiff jab to the midsection.
And that's why boxing is such a deceptive sport, because once again, if you looked at someone like Klitschko against Tyson Fury, if it was based on looks, then we would know who would have given it to.
Absolutely.
But it's really not. It's really about toughness, and muscles don't make you tough.
Oh, goodness me. Stiff for the right hand as you'll get. Just came winging in from outside the peripheral vision, then a short left hook. And listen to
He's just picking his punches, Sterling, just picking his shots and just at will now.
There must be a point though, Joshua, when you're slamming these kind of single shots in, landing them so clean, and the man in front of you is barely budging. That must register in Sterling's consciousness at some point to think, what have I got to do to get this guy out of it?
And that's the thing. With me, I've been in with some fighters where I've landed some real big shots and they've not shown any sign, then I just box them. So you've got to be able to adjust. You've got to be flexible enough to see what type of fight you're fighting. You can keep trying to punch something that's not going to hurt. As they say, a man with a knockout punch against a man with a granite chin. What do? You go for points.
Well, lots of interesting stylistic matchups so far this evening already, and this one's proved to be absolutely no different. And Sterling goes back to his corner in the interim between round 3 and 4, comfortably in the lead against an exceptionally tough Richard Harrison, who again is choosing to stand.
But still looking very tired. So if it's intimidation or just a psychological move doing that, I don't think it's worked. Just in the fact that he's hanging onto the rope, standing up there. But once again, we've had a treat. This has been a lovely fight. And Sterling has picked his shots very well. But if he was smart, I'd say this last round, he just boxes it out. Because I think he's given Harrison everything. And Harrison's taken it. And all he can do now is really punch himself out, which he doesn't want to do. Especially in this stage in your career where you're just trying to get experience.
Absolutely.
Seconds out, fourth and final round.
Well, I think barring any major mishaps in this fourth and final round, it's safe to say that Andre Sterling has got the makings of a really, really solid professional, and I have no doubt that it may take a year or so for him to build his record to a point of national recognition, but all the signs are there so far for
He
him.
reminds me of Andre Berto. Got that style, drops his hand a bit. Very strong. And picked his punches very well. Once again, Harrison's made it his thing to stand in the center of the ring at all times. Refuses to take a back foot.
Oof, stiff uppercut, then a short right on the inside. Again, Harrison shakes his head off, and that's a sign that actually one of those shots did hurt him. But, well, as has been the pattern, he's taken something that you assume might momentarily just take him out or put him down, but no such luck at all for Andre Sterling, who's hit him just about with everything as clean and as hard as he could have. But as we've said more than once already this evening, these are just the kind of learning opportunities that a young fighter of Andre Sterling's character and caliber need in order to progress. He'll certainly have tougher tests, he'll have stylistically harder opponents, but well, whether he'll have someone that will be able to stand and absorb this kind of punishment.
But the fact that Sterling's punch capacity hasn't come down, he's been able to throw the same amount, in fact more punches as the fight's gone on, which is a credit to his fitness. Because he's not wasted one punch. Every shot he's thrown has been a powerful shot.
Absolutely.
To stop his opponent. And that usually wears you down.
Sure,
And he's also shown quite a good defense as well. So every time Harrison has come back with something, he's made it his job to defend all of that instead of taking some.
Of course, he'll have to adapt, and as these rounds go on and as he enters into 6 and 8 and 10 rounders, even 12 later down the line, someone as heavily muscled as he might have to just drop his punch output slightly. Nice counter right, doubles it up, misses with the uppercut. Harrison caught him with something short on the inside there, left hook.
Definitely credit to Harrison though. He's definitely shown his durability in this fight. There's not a lot of people I think could stand there and take those punches.
A couple of these are really starting to sting him around the body as Sterling tries to open up. Strong finish from the man in the red corner. He goes back to his team from the Peacock Gym. And that's about as comprehensive and as emphatic as a victory can be without a stoppage, I would say, Joshua.
Oh, nothing more you could have added. The stoppage was just been a cherry on top, but he definitely did everything and asked all the questions and showed his defensive and offensive ability in that fight. Definitely well done to Sterling. Onwards and upwards. But also credit to Harrison for showing that he's not going to take one step back and he's going to take everything Sterling's going to give. But he's definitely going to wake up with a sore head in the morning tomorrow.
He is indeed, yeah. Well, we'll go to the judges' scorecards momentarily for what we presume will be the inevitable decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both boxers. After 4 3-minute rounds, we go to the referee scorecard. The referee has scored the bouts 40 points to 35 points in favour of the winner. In the red corner, from Lewisham, Andre Sterling. And please show your appreciation for the gallant Richard Harrison.
to being a knockout?
Yeah, I know, he's a good fighter, man. I think if it was the 6th rounder, I definitely could have taken him out, but you have to hats off to Richard. He's a tremendous fighter. I like him, he's a decent lad, man, you know, so yeah, man, thank you for having me on the show as well. You know, I just want to shout out to my area, Lewisham, Zima Records, you know, we're trying to do something
as well.
Yeah, we're trying to do something positive in the community right now, so.
Good man.
Good man. And yeah, hold tight my mum and my aunties for coming, all the man them, you know, thank you, appreciate it.
You showed some excellent shot selection in there. You nice mixing it up. Was that something you?
Yeah, that's what I practice every day, man. I'm in the gym. I'm taking the sport very seriously. You know, it's been a long time coming, man. And yeah, I said, man, as soon as the cameras are on me, it's time to rock and roll. You know, so like, let's go, man.
You put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Well done, mate. Back to Josh and Chris.